how to do it last class. This is the one. Okay, so today, inshallah, we start to configure the VLAN. How to do that? As we mentioned, we need it for too many reasons: security, efficiency of the network, to make the broadcast domain smaller. And we said that there are different types of VLANs. Every port in the switch can have only one VLAN, cannot be in two different VLANs, except if you have one VLAN for data, the other VLAN for voice. That's the only case you can have two different VLANs in one port. Okay, so, and we talked also about the tunneling, the trunking. Trunking means that between switches, we should allow the link to, or the port to allow all type of VLANs to pass. That's possible by using A021Q standard, which will help us to do that. In that case, we tell, for example, VLAN 10, 20, 30 are allowed to pass by that port. We finished that one. Then we talked about the voice. To do the voice, we need one very important thing about voice is the quality of service. Any application or any connection, including the voice, you have to include to make sure the quality of service, the delay, latency, all these things are good. The bandwidth is utilized well. So to do that, we have to activate cost of service to put the voice packets as priority, okay, to pass the switch first. I mentioned that. Now we will talk today about VLAN configuration. How to configure VLAN? As we said, by default, you will have some of the VLANs already there. VLAN 1 is there. All the ports will be inside VLAN 1. And then you will have different VLAN 1, 1002, 3, 4, 5. All of these are reserved. You cannot use them. They are used by some other protocol. We don't study this protocol. I think engineering, College of Engineering, they study this one. They are related to layer 2. And they are working in the background of your switch. You don't see it. You don't configure anything there. So the ports are reserved for those protocols. Now, one thing also to know, VLAN is not stored, if you make any VLAN configuration, it's not stored inside the configuration or running configuration file, like the other things. It is installed inside VLAN.dat. VLAN.dat. In that case, if you want to delete it, you have to go to that specific file and delete that file from the switch. Now, to configure any VLAN, what you need to do first, go to the configuration mode, create the VLAN, give it a name, and the VLAN will be there. As simple as that. Make VLAN 10. VLAN 10, let's say it's VLAN for students. You can say the name is student, and you are done. You can create as many as you want, up to 4,000 VLANs in that way. After you do that, you have to go to the switch, see which port you want to assign to VLAN 10 or 20. Let's say F018, because PC2 here, if it's VLAN 20, F018, which is connecting PC2 to the switch, that port should be VLAN 20. So you go to the switch and go to F018 interface, configure it as VLAN 20. How to do that? By, okay, you go there, type switch port mode access. Access meaning that this specific port is connected to the end device. When you do that, now you have to say switch port access VLAN, specify is it 10, 20, 30, which VLAN exactly. After you create that, now the switch will be considered already configured. So the PC2 now will be able to contact only VLAN 20 devices, not any other device. Okay, to do the data and voice VLANs, simply what you have to do, same thing, you go and create VLAN. See here, for example, you do VLAN 20. call it student, and then create another VLAN. Here they call it VLAN 150. These are numbers. You just choose any number. Call it anything. Here we call it name voice. Now in F018, because this specific computer is dealing with voice and with normal data, we want to assign that port F018 to switch port mode access VLAN 20. And then we say MLS. MLS stands for, I forgot it stands for what. It's the command, quality of service, trust, cost of service. That command now, it will allow us to assign another VLAN to the same F018. We call it 150. So after that, that port will be allowing our device to communicate using different type of data. If we do that, now it's very important to be able to verify what are the VLANs you are having. Usually I use show VLAN brief or show VLAN summary. It will tell you how many VLANs exist and tell you, for example, which port belongs to which VLAN. Okay, now all these things are just theoretical thing. If you want to delete the VLAN, you simply go and say delete VLAN, write no VLAN 10, it will be deleted. Or if you want to delete all of them, you write delete. This is the flash driver, type flash VLAN dat. In that case, that specific folder or file will be deleted. All the VLANs will be deleted altogether. Now, this is very important if we will use one day the lab, because when you do the segmentation for the network, different VLAN, and some other students came after us in another class, they will not know why the communication is not happening. We configure it to be like that, but they don't know it. They didn't study VLAN. It will cause a lot of troubles for them. So every time we use the lab, inshallah, maybe we take a few topics and then I will arrange to go to the lab, all of us. In that case, every time you use the lab, you have to delete the VLANs. After you finish, also you have to delete all VLANs, or it will affect the other students. So now let's try this one. Okay, 3312. Up to you. You want to open the Net Academy or you wait for me? I'll put it in WhatsApp group. To you. Okay. Again, 3312. Now we will try to configure a very simple network with VLANs. VLAN configuration. Okay, I'll send you this one to your WhatsApp. Okay, you need to download that one and open the packet tracer. So we do it together. After that, if you have any question, you can let me know, and then you upload it to Itali. You will upload it before the end of the class, meaning at 10, I will close the link. For those who missed the class, today is Thursday. I believe some of you in Putrajaya. Okay, in that case, I will give you until midnight in order to submit the assignments. Okay, so let's see. This is our network. you can see we have 3 different switches and 6 different devices, 1 phone. This we call, it's using voice over IP protocol in order to connect the voice. Okay, so let's see the activity we are having. We have a table. This table is telling you, usually when we deal with VLAN, you will have the VLAN stated in a table. For example, VLAN, PC1 and PC4, they have VLAN 10. PC1 and 4, they have VLAN 10. PC2 and 5 are VLAN 20, 3 and 6 VLAN 30. Check the IP address for them. You see those who are in VLAN 10, they have the IP address 172.17.10 dot something, and then this one also dot 10. If they are belonging to VLAN 20, it is the 20 dot something. So although they are belonging to the same network physically, but logically they belong to different subnets. This is very important to remember. You cannot put VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 same subnet. They are not the same. That's one thing. Another thing, usually what we do to make life easy, but it's not a requirement. If I have VLAN 10 here, I will try to put 10 here also. Just not to get confused between, you see, dot 10. This dot 20, I'll put the IP address dot 20, just to make life easier and not confusing. It's not a requirement, but it's a way to make sure things are less confusing. Okay, so let's see what we have to do here. I would do it, you do it with me, and then we can later submit it. Okay. Every time you want to start anything, you need to check if there's a configuration already done before you. So I want to check first if there's any VLAN already done at this activity. I'll type sh or show VLAN. You can type brief, BR, because if you don't type brief, sometimes you get details you don't need. So show VLAN brief. What we can see here in switch 2, we have the default ones only. No one created others. So this is one thing we know. Let's check switch 2 also, switch 1 also. Same thing, enable, show VLAN brief. And you can see here also only the defaults are there. Okay, let's check the computers. Do they have IP addresses or not? Because if they don't have, we have to change. You can see they already have the IP address as in the table in the activity. And there's no default gateway. Can you tell me why there's no default gateway? Should I put it there? Is it okay, or I have to add a default gateway? What do you think?
You need to.
We need to. Anyone having another opinion? Actually, I mentioned that before. If you don't have a router inside your computer, there is no default gateway. No router, you leave this one empty. If you have a router, you have to put default gateway. So here, it's true, there's no default gateway. So now we looked at all these, we see that there are IP addresses there, there are VLANs. They don't have except the default VLANs, so should be fine. Let's check the IP phone. I never use it. Okay, set the activity, they locked it. Okay, it's fine. So now what we have to do, let's try to ping the devices, see if they can ping each other. I'm at PC1. I'll try to ping PC2, which is 172.17.20.22. Okay, let's try that one. Ping 172.17.20.22. Enter. Okay, now my question, why cannot we get any reply here? What do you think the problem is? We don't have VLANs, but it cannot get any reply. Can you tell me why? Can try, for example, here also. This computer connected to the switch, no VLANs, but still they cannot talk. Why? Anyone? You want to guess?
Because the subnet mask is not same.
Exactly. The subnet is not the same. They are not from the same network, and there's no router to direct them. If they are from different subnets, they need a router to tell them what to do, where to go. So now the switch is confused. The source and destination, they don't belong to each other, to the same network, and there's no router. That's why we don't get it. Okay. If PC1 want to contact PC4, they belong to the same VLAN. Do you think we can or not? If I want to contact PC4, same VLAN 10, do you think it will be able to contact it or not?
Yes.
Yes, let's try. So this is 10.24. See, it can. So PC2 now can contact the other one. Okay, so let's do this one. Now we have to create the VLANs first. And if you want the truth, it will not change a lot of things. When we create the VLANs, also PC1 can contact PC4 only, at least for the time being. So let's create the VLANs. What we have to do, we have 3 switches. We have to do all these steps on these switches. I'll go to switch 2. I want to create the VLAN. How to create VLAN? I'll go first to configuration mode, configuration terminal. In there, I just say VLAN 10. And then because I want to have reached 100% completion rate, I need to see what do they want me to call the VLAN 10. They want it to be called faculty staff. Okay, so let's call it that. I just type name, faculty / staff. Look at the completion rate. It's increased to be 5%. So it means that there's no typo at least. Next one, I want to create VLAN 20. VLAN 20 will be called students. So VLAN 20. Our name is students. Okay. Next is VLAN 30. I will call the name is guests. Between brackets, it is default. If you choose different name, you may not get the 100% completion rate. Okay. And VLAN 99 is management. What do we mean by management? What do we mean by management here? Are we talking about the university management or something else? Okay, last time we talked about this. We said that we need VLAN, one VLAN, to be for management in order to enable the SSH. So enable an SSH and even Telnet also, we can enable it there. Now the VLANs are created. Do we have more? Let's see the activity. They want also 154 voice. These numbers is up to you. And if you are making your network, just choose whatever number you want. Okay, even the name is up to you. But here, because we are following the activity, we want to get the completion rate 100%. We have to follow exactly what they are asking us to do. So the name here is voice. Okay. Before I do anything else, one thing also, see, when you are in the VLAN configuration mode, the between brackets, you get config - VLAN. I want to go back to the general configuration mode, exit this one. I'll type do show VLAN brief. Let's see if anything changed there. Look at it here. You can see that the VLANs we just created already appeared, but there's no port assigned to them. Nothing assigned to these. It's like empty. The ports are empty. It's okay. Now, after we create that in VLAN, in switch 2, we have to do exactly the same in switch 1 and switch 3. So I will do it, try to do it fast. Config terminal in switch 1, VLAN 10. It's called name staff. Oh, sorry, it's faculty staff. If you change the name not to be the same as switch 2, is fine. It's only the name. So you can call this one student. It will not affect the communication later. It's just for you not to get confused. So better to do the same names in every switch to avoid confusion. Students. Now I'll create VLAN 30. The name will be guest. Default. Then VLAN 99 will be, the name will be management. And native. And the last one is VLAN 150. The name will be voice. Okay, check my completion rate and your completion rate. Any of you already got 44% completed? Raise your hand if you finish 44%. I just want to see if I'm going very fast or I have to slow down. Okay, 3 finish 44%, 4, 5, okay. The rest of you, any questions or it's just a matter of time? I need to stop maybe for half a minute until you can catch up. If you have any question, please let me know. Okay, I will verify to check my VLANs to show VLAN brief to make sure that I got them all correct. There's no typo, nothing already here. Okay. Okay, sorry, my computer ran out of battery. That's why I was out. So hopefully now everyone finished the 44% completion rate. Let's continue now. I would do switch 3, exactly the same step. At switch 3, oh, I need to share the screen. I forgot to share. Okay, so switch 3, I would do exactly the same. Enable config terminal, and then VLAN 10, name, faculty, slash staff, then VLAN 20, name students. Forgot is a student or students. Check the activity again. The students, yes. Okay. Sorry, that's a typo. Name students. Okay, now VLAN 30, name management. Management and native. And VLAN 99. No, I did a mistake. I think VLAN 30 should be, what's the name of VLAN 30?
Guess default. Guess.
Yeah, it is a guess default. So I did it wrong. Now how to fix it? Simply just write VLAN 30 again. Write the name, the correct one. It will overwrite the previous configuration. Default, then go back to VLAN 99. That's the management and native. VLAN 150. This is for name is voice. Okay, verify, do show VLAN brief. Look at them. You should have them all correct. And you can see VLAN 30 now having the right name. Completion rate is 67%. So after we created the VLANs, let's see what we have to do. Verify by typing show. This is how we verify. Now we want to go and assign the ports to the VLANs. How to do that? I will go back to, is it here? No, it's not there. I will go back to, where is this one? To this topology. Look at them. No, it's a little bit messy. I think it's not even, okay. If you look at F011, this is the one connecting PC1 to the switch 2. So F011 should be VLAN 10. Okay. Another one, F018, this one here, it is the one connecting PC2 to the switch. So this one also should be VLAN 20 and so on. So go to switch 2, F011. So interface F011. That's the one should be in VLAN 10 because PC1 connected to this port and it is VLAN 10. How to do that? I need to write switch port access, mode access. Access mode is only when you have end device. Okay. Now this one will know that there's a computer on the other side of this of the link. Then I would type again switch port access VLAN. Which VLAN is this? VLAN 10. F011 is PC1 VLAN 10. That's it. Now look at the light here. It turned to orange. What this orange means that the port is trying to figure out the new changes. To take some time and then it will turn to green. Next, let's go to interface F018 because that we know F018 is also connected to a device, to any device. And the VLAN here is not 10, it is 20. Then the last one is F06. At F06, you can see I do it fast because I use the up key in the keyboard to get the previous command. I don't type them again. So just repeat the same step, change the VLAN to 30. Okay, now let's double check this one. Do show VLAN brief. Let's see any change happen. Yes, you can see now that we have some ports already inside the VLANs we created. It's very important also to double check from time to time that everything is okay. Don't just keep writing the commands without checking if there is any issue happened on the way. So this is done. Let's see the activity. This is the activity here. We want to do VLAN 20. We have to go to switch 3 and do the same. Now in switch 3, because we have also some VLANs there, you can see that switch 3 F011, the one connected to PC4, there's a phone there. That phone is an indication that we need to activate the voice as well, not only the normal data. So I'll go to switch 3, click on that. Now exit the VLAN configuration mode, be in the general one, go to interface F011. In there, I want to say this is a switch port mode access, because the other side is an end device mode. Okay, let's see. Switch port mode, question mark, to see what are the options, the other options. The other options, we will study them next class. Or very short, we will talk about trunk also. We have access, means that there's end device there. We have a trunk. The trunk means there's another switch on the other side of the link. Dynamic, we will activate a protocol that would let the switches talk to each other and discover who's on the other side. But we will not do it now, we will do it later, inshallah. So this one is access, enter. We know that it is VLAN 10, so a switch port, access VLAN 10. However, that's not all. We still have one more thing to do. What is that? If I do the question mark to see the options, I can activate the MLS. I don't know MLS stands for what, but this is the command we write in order to enable the voice. Since we have the phone, we need the voice also to be enabled. MLS, quality of service, trust. Just type if you are not sure about it. MLS question mark, it will tell you the only command you can type here is quality of service, QoS. Question mark again, it will tell you what do you want to put. I want to put trust. You don't have, it's like this one, we don't explain it because it's beyond the scope of CCNA. We don't go for the details how these things are working. Now, after we do this sentence, now we are allowed to assign another VLAN, which is switch port, access, VLAN 150. 150 is the voice. So now, if I do show VLAN brief, what I will see? You see this one is under the voice, which is okay. Okay, next, where is that one? F018 should be VLAN 20, F06 should be VLAN 30. So we do the same. Okay, interface F018, switch port, mode access, switch port access VLAN, this is 20. Then interface F06, F06, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30. Let's check the completion rate, 91%. What did I miss? Let's see, what did I miss? Check results, assessment items. You see switch 1 is complete, no problem at all. Switch 2 complete, no problem at all. Switch 3, I did a mistake. Okay, what is the mistake? It is the fast Ethernet F011. Something wrong there. I did the wrong configuration actually for the access VLAN incorrect and voice VLAN is incorrect. Why it's incorrect? Because I didn't read the instructions. That's why. Let's check the instructions again. Or this one. I go to switch 2. No, not switch 2, switch 3. And then, okay, there's a phone. IP contains the integrated 3 ports. Okay, 1 port on the phone labeled as switch. L014, okay, another is, okay. But switch interface must be configured to support user traffic of VLAN 10, and voice, I found this one. Must also enable quality of service, cost of service. Oh, this is the mistake I did. This one. I typed switchport access VLAN. It should be switchport voice VLAN 150. Okay, let's correct that. What I would do, I go to exit this one. Interface F011, the one connected to the phone. I do MLS, quality of service, QoS, trust, cost of service. After that, I will do switch ports. Here, I will not write, I write previously access, right? The last time I tried it, instead of writing access, I have to write voice. Since I enabled the MLS quality of service, here I have to type voice VLAN 150. Hopefully now it's correct. Let's see. Oh, 95%. Something is missing. Okay, what's missing? Check results, assessment items. What's missing? I didn't do access VLAN. This is the wrong one. How to assign this one? How to assign this one? Let's see the command again. What should I do now? I missed something here. And then switchport, access, VLAN 10. Is that enough? Yes. You see what I did? I activated the voice, but that's not enough because now the voice frames will pass by the switch. Then I have to activate for normal data, which is VLAN 10. So you have to write it twice. Once you write voice, the other time you write access VLAN 10. Okay, now this is 100% completed. Everyone done that one, or someone still stuck somewhere? I go to iTalim. I'll put the link there. If you are done, you can upload it to iTalim. This is section 2. Okay, any question? Is it clear? It's going to be submitted by midnight. If you have any question, please let me know. If no one asks any question, we'll move on. We do another one for trunking now. This is today 6. Okay, if you are done, you can upload now, or you can upload it anytime before midnight. The link is already there. Let's, everything is okay. Okay, raise your hand if you're still awake. I think for the packet tracer, you should be awake. Only 2, not 12. Okay, 13, 14. Okay, so it seems some people still sleeping, but it's okay. let's continue now. Now, after we did the VLAN, we have to configure the trunk. What is the trunk? Is the one between different switches. Trunk configuration is also straightforward. What I would do, I will go to the port connecting the switches, go to that specific interface, switch port mode trunk instead of switch port mode access. Trunk is the one to write. After that, we have to assign it to the native VLAN. The one we did just now, we called VLAN 99, we called management and native. Don't keep it in VLAN 1 because VLAN 1 is the default one. It's not secure. So we have to create one specific VLAN for the native and then give it a different IP address. After you activate native VLAN, let's say 99, you have to type which VLANs should be allowed. VLAN 10, 20, 30. Maybe some VLANs you don't want to allow them. VLAN 1, 10 and 20. So here you can control who's allowed to pass by that switch. Okay. So as simple as that, it's not that complicated one. This is an example how they do it. They went to interface F01, which is connecting switch 1 to switch 2. At both of them, switch 1 and switch 2, F01, you have to write the same commands. If you miss the number or if you miss one of the commands, they will not work. Let's say at S0, switch 1, you type VLAN 10, 20, 99. Switch 2, you type 10, 20, 30, and 99. It will not work. They have to match both sides in order for them to be able to communicate. Okay. So that's one thing. If any mistake happen, of course, you can type the same command and type no to delete it, as sometimes you can do mistakes there, here and there. To reset the trunk, simply go to the interface, type no switch port trunk, and then to be deleted. Okay, so let's try to do this exercise as well. 3, 4, 5. I would download it, put it in the WhatsApp if you don't want to go and download it from Net Academy. 3, 4, 5. Trunk 3, 4, 5. This one. Okay, open the file and let's do it together. Also, you have to submit it before midnight. I know at the end you will submit a lot, but if you do them in the class, it shouldn't be a lot of assignments at the end. Okay, you see exactly the same one as the one we just did, right? Same switches, same routers, but now we want to configure the trunk as well. Same table, same even IP addresses. What we have to do, just follow this, the steps here. First, let's see, do we have the VLANs or not? That's important. Maybe they already put it there, maybe not. Show VLAN brief. You see that they already assigned them for the VLANs already there. So we don't have to do them. If you don't check, you will start doing them. You see that, oh, you are repeating the work. Check switch 3. Now you see there's no voice. They remove the voice to make life easier for us. Show VLAN brief. There is no voice VLAN also. The ports are already assigned to the right VLAN, so we don't have to do that part. It's already there. Now let's try to ping the devices. PC1, I tried it to ping PC4. Let's see if we can or not. Ping 172.17.10.24. So PC1 trying to ping PC4, which is in the same VLAN 10, but it cannot. They have the same subnet. They have the IP addresses, but they cannot. Why? Because this switch doesn't know that it can handle VLAN 10 packets or frames, okay? The switch 2 and switch 1 are connected by a link, but the link is not aware that it is allowed for you to use VLAN 10. That's why we need to configure that one. Okay, so let's see what we have to configure. G01 and G01 here, both of them they want us to do as the native. They want both of them to be the trunk, G01 and G02. For switch 1, G01 here and G02 here. So I want to configure both of them as trunk. You can do it it's for switch 2, for example, you have only G01 connected to another switch. So let's do that one first. What I would do, config terminal. In config terminal, I go to interface G01. You know, this is a trunk. And I'll do the same switch port mode. This time is not access. This time it is trunk. After you do that, you see it turned to orange color because now there's some configuration should be done. What to type next? Switch port, native VLAN. Remember what is the native VLAN? Here, it is already there, number 99. I have to tell the trunk which one is the native VLAN because it doesn't know, okay? Native VLAN is VLAN, okay? It's number 99. I missed something, just a second. Switch port, trunk, okay. Trunk native VLAN, VLAN. Switch port, trunk native VLAN should be 99. Sorry, typo, native VLAN, okay. Next, after I tell it that VLAN 99, okay, is the native VLAN, I have to tell this trunk will allow which type, what are the numbers of VLANs are allowed to pass by this native one. We said it's like a tunnel allowing different frames from different VLANs. So since we have VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, so all these VLANs should be allowed. And also, we have the management. Where's the management? If you check up there, these are the VLANs we are having, right? Native, which is the current one we are configuring. So whatever left here, 10, 20, 30, and 88, we should allow them inside the trunk. So I would type switch port again, switch port. Switch port to the command trunk. Allowed VLAN. What are the VLANs we will allow? 10, comma, no space here, just comma, 10, 20, 30, and 88. Switch port trunk, it will allow these VLANs to pass. This is done. Okay. You are getting a message saying that there is a problem. What is this problem actually? Because this one switched to now that native VLAN is assigned as 99. The other side of the link, the native VLAN is still the default one. It's VLAN 1. That's why it's confused. So now I have to go to switch 1, configure G01 and G02. Since both of them will have exactly the same configuration, you can do them by one step. You just type enable config terminal. Instead of configuring G01 and then configuring G02, you can configure them together. Type range interface range G0, 1 and 2. 1 until 2 do the same configuration. What are the configurations? Switch port, mode, trunk. When you type that, you see the light change for switch 1. Okay. After you do this, you do switch port, trunk, native VLAN will be number 99 now. And then I want the switch port trunk, allow VLAN, same VLANs, 10, 20, 30, and 88. Allow these VLANs. So now both G01 and G02 are configured. We don't have to do G01, then write exactly the same command again in G02. This is done. Now I have to go to switch 3. At switch 3, I'll do the same thing. Config terminal. And in there, I have only one port connected to the trunk, not 2 of them. So no need to do the range. We should just do interface G02. G02, after I do it, now what I have to type, switch port, mode, trunk, trunk, then switch port, trunk, native VLAN is 99. Okay, after that, trunk, switch port, trunk should allow VLAN, same VLANs, 10, 20, 30, and 88. So that's how we configure the trunks. Look at the completion rate, should be 100%. Now let me ask the question. How many of you already finish 100%? Raise your hand if you are done with 100%. If I'm going fast, I'm sorry for that, but it's okay. You have the recording, you can try it by yourself. It would take some time until you get used to the shortcuts. Just make sure that you are aware. You don't have to retype everything again. Sometimes you can use the tab. Sometimes you don't have to write the switch port, all of it. Just type SWI or SW. It will know that you mean switch port. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to verify that the connectivity is okay. PC1 will try to ping PC4. Previously, it couldn't. Now, if I try, it is working. Why? Because we have the trunks already configured, and the trunk is allowing VLAN 10, 20, 30, and 88. So that's why we can ping. PC2 can ping PC5 also. Let's try that. Ping 172.17.20.25. You can see this is working. And also you can try for VLAN 30, it should be working. Now I will go to Italy. I activate the link for you to upload the file. It's not a lot of work because we are doing it together, so it should be fine, right? This is 345, right? 345, yes. So also you have until midnight to submit this one. Today is 6. So you can submit it now. If you submit it now, you will not have extra work to do later. Okay. Should we continue with DTP or we don't continue with DTP? Let me just...
No.
Yes, brother? You are tired of this? Okay, I want to see if there's another, how much more we can cover here, because there's a topic I don't want to cover. Okay, this topic, we can cover it next class. That's why now let's build our own network from scratch. This is when the real thing, we don't have directions. I will close this one. I will draw a network, and I will build it with you from zero, okay? So let's draw a network. This network, let's make it simple so we can finish it, because if we complicate it, we will not have time to finish everything. We have a switch 1, switch 2, and 2 computers here. Let's make them 3, actually. 3 computers, okay? Same thing, the other side. We have 3 computers, 1, 2, and 3. Let's connect everything together. This is switch 1, having 3 computers. Switch 1 is connected to switch 2, and 3 computers here are connected together. Okay. This is PC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We need to know the interfaces. This is F01. Here is F02. 02. And this one here is F03. And between the switches, we have G01. G00, no need for 1 even. And the other side also G00. G00. Devices here, F0, F01. Here, F02. And here would be F03. Now, this computer here belongs to VLAN 10. This one VLAN 20. This one also VLAN 10. This one here, VLAN 20. VLAN 20. And VLAN 10. That's it. This is our network. Now we want to build it from scratch. So what do you think will be the first thing we have to do? What should be the first thing we have to do here? Open the packet tracer, right? Okay, let's try to open the packet tracer, Cisco packet tracer. But meanwhile, there's one more thing we have to do, which is we have to calculate the IP addresses, right? If you don't have the IP address, what we will assign? We don't have IP address. So let's say this one will be 10.10.10.1. Let's give it .1, since we don't have router, should be fine. If this one VLAN 10, it means that inside VLAN 10, anyone with VLAN 10 can have the same subnet. They are in the same subnet. So this will be 2. I give it 3, just not to get confused. And this one also VLAN 10, I can give it .6 to make life easy. Okay. .6. But the beginning, and all /24. I forgot to say that. /24. This is this computer. Now for VLAN 20, the IP address I will give is 10.10.20.2/24. Look at VLAN 20. Which one is VLAN 20 also? The side no more. We have this one, VLAN 20. I can give it the IP address .4 instead of .2. And this one here, I will give it also VLAN 20. I will give it .5. So is it clear how I did the subnetting? Is it clear? If they belong to the same VLAN, it means they can be in the same subnet. Different VLAN, we have to change the subnet. Okay, now packet trace is ready. Let's build our network. I would take the switch here down there. I would take two switches, 1 and 2. And I need the end device. Choose the computer, 6 different computers. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And here we will have 1, 2, and 3. Connect them together. But before I connect, actually, let's just change the name. I'll call this one 1. PC1, okay, 1. This one 2. It's not right to call 1, 2. Okay, let me just change it here. PC6. So on PC5. PC4. This one PC3. 2 and 1. Okay, so then we already renamed switch. I'll call switch 1 and switch 2. Let's connect them. We know, I mentioned that before, if you have two sides of the link are different, one computer here with a switch, then we'll use straight through. Computer, fast Ethernet. This will connect to F01. Other one, F02. Fast Ethernet 0 to F02. Fast Ethernet 0 to F03. Same thing I'll do on the other side of the network. F04. No, sorry, F01. F02. And F03. But before I continue, I want to double check from my drawing. Yeah, as computer 4 should have F01. I don't want to get confused later. Sorry, I need to see the chat all the time. Give me a second. Okay, am I going fast or you're okay up to this point? Should I slow down? Should I slow down or it's
okay, Doctor?
Okay, alhamdulillah. If you want me to slow down, just let me know. I don't mind. Now I want to connect the two different switches together. Switch and switch, same type of devices. So we use the crossover connection. G0, oh, they don't have G00. They have G01 and G01. Okay, doesn't matter. Now the physical one is already there. Now I want to go to the computer and give it the IP address. IP configuration in here 10.10.10.1 255.255.255.0. Okay, done. PC2, we said it's VLAN 2. So what is the IP address I give to that one? 10.10.2.PC2. Okay, desktop IP configuration 10.10.20.2. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0. No default gateway because there's no router. Now the last one here in this side of the network is 10.10.10.3 because it belongs to the VLAN 10. Okay, beside the PC number, I'll put just V10. So I will recognize later that it is VLAN 10, okay, V10. This one is V2, V20. You don't have to do that. It's just for me to, when I explain, sometimes I get lost. Okay, so PC3 belongs to VLAN, which VLAN is that? VLAN 10, okay. So see, when I don't have the VLAN, sometimes I have to go between the drawing. Come back, okay. So PC3, VLAN 10, so I can give it 10.10.10. That's 10.10.10.3, 255, 255, 255.0. This is PC3. Now I go to PC4. What is the IP address I gave here? PC4 is .20. It is VLAN 20, 2010. Let's put that one here. PC4 is a 20, V20. And PC5 also V20. And PC6 is V10, VLAN 10. Okay. So the IP address I give for PC4, it will be .20.4, 255, 255, 2550. This is done. There's nothing to save. It will be saved automatically. PC5 also VLAN 20. So 10.10.20.5, 255, 255, 255.0. If I do any mistake, let me know. Sometimes I go fast, but I do mistakes. Okay, this is 6. So I will give it IP address 10.10.10.6. 255, 255, 255.0. This is done. So the IP address is already set. If I try to ping, do you think I can ping now or not? VLAN 10 to VLAN 20 should not be able to ping. Can I ping from VLAN 10 to VLAN 10? Should be fine. Now I go to switches. I have to create the VLANs. Okay, enable, config terminal. And when I'm there, I want to create the VLAN. How to create the VLAN? What should I type? Should I type to create the VLAN? Simply, I type VLAN 10. Then I created VLAN 10, but I have to give it a name. I'll give it a very creative name, which is VLAN 10 as well. VLAN 10. Okay. Name, VLAN 20. The name also is VLAN 20. As simple as that. Now, since we created 2 and we have a trunk, we have to create another one. That's the native one. So VLAN, the other one is VLAN, let's call it different number. Let's call it 55. Any number, we can choose the number. So VLAN 55, it will be named as native. Native VLAN. Done. So switch 1, we've created the VLANs. We have to go now to switch 2, create the same VLANs. So I can enable config terminal. And here I'll type VLAN 10, name VLAN 10. One thing also it's useful to know, if you have a name, you want to call a name, it will be a wise thing to call all, to write all with capital letter. To differentiate this VLAN, all capital, this is just a name, from this VLAN, which is a command, creating a VLAN. That's why we write all of them in capital. So VLAN 20, and the name is VLAN 20. VLAN 55, we call it name native. The right thing is to write all of them in capital, but I'm lazy to press the shift all the time. Okay, so now we created the VLAN. Let's double check, do show VLAN brief to see that it's there. You can see it's already there. However, no ports are assigned to it. Now we have to start assigning the ports. I'll go to switch 1. I know in switch 1 that F01 and F03, this is F03, right? Both of them belong to VLAN 10. So they will have the same configuration. What I will do, exit the VLAN configuration mode, interface F01, switch port, mode, access, switch port, access, VLAN 10. This is done. Now I'll go up, F03, exactly the same commands. Now up, F02, I will choose the same command for switch port mode access, but for VLAN, instead of 10, I'll make it 20. That's it, done. You see, it's not a difficult thing as far as we have everything clear. So now for this one, F01 for switch 2, F01 and F02 belong to VLAN 20. Okay, so let's do that. I'll go to the switch, exit the VLAN configuration mode. In the general configuration mode, I'll type interface F01. Actually, okay, just a second. Instead of F01, since F01 and 2, they have the same configuration, I can do this. Range, interface, range. F01 and 2, give them this configuration. Switch port, mode, access, switch port, access, VLAN 20. Done. Exit this one, go to interface F03, will be switch port, mode access, switch port, access mode, so access VLAN 10. Okay. Tell me, are you following, or tell me the percentage? How much did you finish from whatever I'm done with? Did you finish all? Yeah, not yet? Give me percentage. I know that I'm going fast, but I want you also to learn how to do it fast. So some training, when you try to do this one by yourself, 70%. Okay, not bad, not bad. You can catch up fast, inshallah. Okay, we still have 2 more minutes. Let's try to finish the tunnel. The tunnel is G01 here in switch 1, G01 also in switch 2, and we don't call it tunnel, sorry, we call it trunk. Okay, I don't know why I call it tunnel. Okay, so exit. I'll go to interface G01. Here I have to do the trunking. How to do the trunking? Switch port, mode, trunk. Okay, after that, switch port, trunk. I have to tell it what is the native VLAN. Can you tell me what is the native VLAN? What number did I give it? Sorry?
55.
55, yes. 55, okay. And then I have to tell this VLAN 55 what VLANs will be passing the trunk. So I have to say switch port, trunk, allow switch port, trunk, allow VLAN 10 and 20 should be allowed to go. I don't have management VLAN, so it's fine. No, nothing else. I didn't add it. After I do this one, now you will get a message saying that inconsistent local VLAN. What does that mean? It means this side, switch 1, the VLAN is 55, but the other one is not 55. So this is a warning saying that we already blocked the G01. It's blocked because I'm getting mixed message from the other side of the link. So I have to do this one, then they will be able to talk. And even this one, you see, say that native VLAN mismatch. At this switch 2, currently it is 1. Switch the other computer or the other device, the switch is 55, the mismatch. They have to have exactly the same number in order to allow to communicate. So we exit this one, go to interface G01. In here, switch port, mode, trunk, and then switch port, trunk, native VLAN is 55. So now they see you got to unblock. So unblocking is happening because now they are matching the same number. Here we have to type now what should we allow? Trunk. Okay, switch port. Trunk. Allow VLAN. Let's say by mistake I type VLAN 10 and 30 or just VLAN 10. You may not get error message, but if you try to ping the devices, it will not work. Let's try to do. From VLAN 10, I'll try to ping PC 6. So that will be ping 10.10.10.6. It's working. But from VLAN 20 here, PC 2 to PC 4 or 5, ping 10.10.20. Sorry, space here. Pings dot 4. You will not get anything. Why? Because there is a mistake you did. The switch didn't tell you you did a mistake. You have now to go and check what did you allow the switch to. Why 10 can, but 20 cannot. So if I try now to check my configuration, trunk, how to check the trunk. I forgot what is the command to check the trunk. Just give me a second. Oh, I switched that one. Okay, I'll check the trunking later. Do show trunk, I think. No, do show interface trunk. Yeah, interface trunk. Do show interface trunk. If you type this one, it will show you that, okay, this is switch having G01 as a trunk, allowed the encapsulation A02.1Q, trunking, the native VLAN is 55. And the allowed VLANs are 10 and 20. Now you should see exactly the same thing at switch 2. I'll go to switch 2, check there, do show interface trunk. Okay, check native, the same. That's a good sign. But when you see the allowed trunk, it's allowing only 10, 20 is not there. So that was a mistake. We have to fix it. But just go type the same command at the same interface. Switch port, trunk, allow VLAN 10 and 20. Now, if this is allowed, go to PC2 now. Try to ping the same one now. You will get the reply. Okay, so that's all. The time also is up. I hope it's clear. Okay, it's a very interesting topic. If you can do this one, the one I just did, believe me, VLAN's clear now. Next class, inshallah, we'll complicate it a little bit. Okay, we will do dynamic trunking, and you will see life will be easier after dynamic trunking. We can do more switches. So inshallah, next class also will have activities. This one we just did, I want you also to submit to iTalim. So today you have to submit 3. Okay, I will call it in-class activity. Okay, so, oh, it's here. So this one, show in-class activity. So this is VLAN with trunk. Okay, so this one to be submitted before midnight also. Why I give you a lot of things to submit. I know I don't want to overwhelm you with too many exercises, but if you don't exercise, the final exam will not be easy. because you will be on your own to do everything by yourself. So try to practice. If you're not aware of how to do it, check the recording. Still not clear why I did a step or another, why this step's done or that, just message me. I'll be happy to help. That's all for today. Any questions? Anything? Okay, if there's no question, I'll close the session now. See you inshallah next week. Please try to practice. And one thing also I want to mention, next week we have Tuesday a normal class to finish the VLANs inshallah. Thursday will be your presentation for the project. So prepare the PowerPoint. In the class, inshallah, we will present. You will present, I'll be listening. Thank you very much, and assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
You're welcome.